Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. And as you can see, we have some awesome guests. So let me see if I can get this the right way. I got Sean from Nerd Sense. What's up, Sean?
Hey,
Got Keith from 93 Lumber, spelled out. Also, the beer we're reviewing, Keith gave me. So thank you, Keith. And Keith actually did a solo review, but Sean and I are like, if he's got the beer, we want him on this review also. So we're posting this video to my channel the same day Keith is posting his solo review on his channel. So again, make sure you check out Keith, and I'll have both channels in the description box below. Was that an okay intro, guys?
yes. It was good.
Mid, as the kids say. All right, let's talk about this beer. Now, which one of you knows more about this beer than me? Well, both of you. So which one wants to talk?
Do you know what hops are in it, Keith? I don't.
I think it's 100%.
Oh, Simcoe, right?
No, Crystal. Is Crystal hops?
So it doesn't have a ton of information. It says when it's canned, drink by. Keith, you said it's 5.1% alcohol.
Yeah, it's 5.1 or 5.2.
Okay.
I see. It does say unfiltered pale lager brew with Simcoe.
Wait, where do you see that?
Sorry. Yeah, I looked it up.
Oh, sorry. I pulled up a different screen to look it up myself. Okay, so it's saying Simcoe.
But actually, Keith, I do see another play. Suarez says Crystal.
Yeah, I think this one is Crystal.
Oh, maybe they do like a single hop. Like this is a single hop that they rotate. Maybe.
Maybe.
We have the same beer, right? Because I do see that Suarez says Crystal, but unfiltered, untapped, and halftime, where I got this from, say Simcoe.
Sean,
what's the
on the bottom? What does it say canned on?
Canned on 1/10/24, drink by 5/14/24.
That's what Keith's mind says. All right. So I'm not editing any of that out because I don't do that. So yay, same beer. All right. Let's pour this beer because I'm really thirsty.
Do it.
Really excited for this. All right.
Keith with the proper glass.
Right? It's so rad. Because I sent them the same picture of what glass I was using. I sent you, Sean, and they sent me that picture. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to use a Suarez glass. So, I mean, I think, okay, whose does it look most like? Because the camera always kind of distorts the color. Like, Sean, yours looks darker than it is in real life to me.
Yeah.
I think all of them look darker.
Right? It's a little bit lighter than Keith's and mine, because ours look kind of similar. Yeah,
but mine looks in person much more like a little lighter than this.
Yeah. The head's pretty close to white.
Yeah, I would say really white. Yeah,
I would say white or off-white.
Yep.
I had some head going on, but it's probably my dirty glass. Keith has his head sticking around.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, there's some lacing sticking and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty. It's very pretty looking beer.
Yeah.
Should we get into the aroma, or you guys have anything else about the look?
No. Let's get it. Let's get
into the aroma, guys.
Yeah, that's just what I love about it. In full disclosure, I had this beer, but I just kind of was watching a movie, drinking it. I didn't like dissect it or anything. Oh, it smells delicious, though.
It does smell good. So like you guys are more well versed in this style than I am. So I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are off the bat.
The first thing for me is like there's like a very big like floral resiny note that like really comes across, and it smells really, really tasty.
I'm glad I got that with a little bit of sweetness and like hay.
That hay I can see. Yep.
Those are my big contributions for aroma, at least. How about you, Keith?
Yeah, a little bit of the things you said on top of, I get a little minerality kind of thing. And just a quick note, when I went to Suarez, it was the day they did that like little brewery tour thing. And Dan Suarez was saying like the water in certain styles of beers that they do gives it like a little minerality thing. And like now it's all I can get in their beers. Now after he said that, like every beer is just like straight up like salt water.
I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
That was an exaggeration. But.
Little fruitiness, is it citrus to like zest citrus, or there's a little fruitiness to it? I'm having a hard time identifying.
The fruitiness kind of comes through like the floralness for me, but the zestiness for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe lemony a little bit.
Little lemony lime, like lemon lime pine sol almost, but not no cleaner smell. Yeah.
Yeah. But not in an off-putting way. Yeah.
No, not at all.
It does smell fantastic.
I'm not familiar with crystal hops, so I don't.
No, I've definitely had stuff with crystal in the past, but I've never had like something like just hopped with crystal.
All right, should we get into the taste or anything else we want to say about the aroma?
No, let's drink it.
All right, wait, can we cheers correctly? All right, so in the center.
Dink! We did it! Cheers.
Guys. Wow. That's nice. All right. So who wants to start this time? Sean, did you start with the aroma?
I did. So
all right. So Keith, start with what are some big tasting notes you get?
That fruitiness is a lot bigger in the taste than it is in the aroma. I don't know what I think there's some citrus in that, but I think there's other things that I can't exactly say. I don't know if one of you have a.
I definitely get some zest, no question. Is it orchardy? Is it? It's not pear to me. Maybe a little apple, but you know what? I kind of think it might be closer to something like a very, 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 very underripe pineapple, like not sweet pineapple at all. Just the taste of pineapple when you remove the sweetness. That might be it for me.
The zestiness kind of has like that pithiness, drying, like sort of like I don't want to say it has grapefruit, but like if I'm thinking grapefruit pith as that drying characteristic of that like pithy zestiness, like a lemony grapefruit sort of kind of comes to mind. But that pineapple, like if underripe pineapple, like I wonder if I don't know what a pineapple rind tastes like really, but like I wonder if that's sort of, can you get a zest from a pineapple rind? Like.
And I do think it's more zest than anything else for that fruity note. There is, like Keith said, there is like at least one other fruity element there, for sure. Yeah. What else we got, Sean? You got something? Want to take us in a different direction, or what are you thinking?
There's something I can't put my finger on.
It's pretty dry beer. There's a little bit of sweetness to it, but it does. It's not like bone dry in the finish. I get a little bit of that pithiness at the end and in the finish, and almost grapefruity. Like as I'm talking now, it is a little grapefruity.
Yeah, the big thing I get as it finish, like right before it finishes, is like I think a lot of the sweetness too could be coming from the grains, because you do still get the grains. Like even though the hops are shining with all the floor, like the fruity notes, like the zestiness, the grains are there to kind of balance everything out and let you know, hey, this isn't just all hops. As I'm talking, it has that like fresh baked bread kind of aftertaste almost. If that makes sense.
Yeah, little. I get a little bit of that minerality in the taste as well. There's a little bit of like in the finish. I haven't taken a sip in a little bit. Getting a little bit of like saltines at the end.
Okay.
I can see that.
A little like crackery, minerality thing.
That's what I was going for when I said bread. That makes more sense.
And it is interesting because it doesn't like have salinity or whatever, but that minerality, for mineral water, it has that depth of flavor for sure. Man, it's crisp, good word, for this for sure. I do really like the level of sweetness versus the level of dryness. Really on point.
It's extremely balanced,
right?
Just and it's like the perfect use of like like we all said, like we're not really too familiar with crystal hops, but it's like you can see where that would kind of give this that oomph of flavor, even if you're not familiar with crystal hops, because we're all used to, like, I guess probably Keith and I more so than Kyle, like the more lagery stuff, right? Like that we can see, but and then you kind of can tell where the hops come in, and it's just all perfectly balanced. Nothing's overpowering anything else. It's just a really, really great beer.
I agree. Anything else before we wrap this up, guys?
I don't know. That other fruity thing is still like
there is something there, right? Like I can't figure out what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's almost like I kind of want to say apricot, but not like apricot, like dried apricot, but like dried apricot, and then like I don't know. It's like
I guess
I like the apricot.
I'm sorry, Keith. What was that, buddy?
I guess we could just say a stone fruity
Stone
kind
fruit
of thing.
is.
Yeah, and I think, like I was rambling about with the pineapple, it's that thing. I do like the apricot note, but with that sweetness, it's the taste. Like you bite into fruit, it doesn't just taste like sugar, right? So like if you could take that sugar sweetness out, the flavor of apricot, I could see in this, yeah, for sure.
So when I was pulling up the site to double check the hops, I noticed it had some tasting notes, which I immediately tried to avert my eyes from. But now I'm looking at them. So we kind of did what we did with Hop Butcher beers.
Yeah.
So it says this iteration is brewed with 100% crystal hops, which lend a delicate papaya, passion fruit, kiwi, and lemon perfume notes to the beer. This is a nice change of pace if you want a delicate pale lager with just a little bit of fruity hop character. So it was like, maybe it's papaya, passion fruit we can't put our finger on. Like,
yeah, I did. When I did my review, I did read those notes. So I didn't remember any of them, obviously.
It's been funny. 15 minutes at all those notes. I'm out.
He just fucking need. Sorry, I stole your channel. He just nails it. We're like, wow, that's amazing.
Wow. Okay, he reviewed this already. What? That's funny. That's funny. And yeah, you can swear on my channel. I just don't swear on my channel. It's all good, brother. All right. Now that we got those tasting notes, anything else before I wrap it up, guys?
I did have a question for both of you, and I asked this to Mike in a recent dry hop pilsner review, because I've noticed when you get dry hop pilsners, like my two examples are always going to be Jack's Abbey dry hop post shift, and now Schilling's Old Mission, which is their dry hop pilsner. Okay. And this has, and that fruity characteristic that comes from here, I've gotten across the board with those two, because the first one I ever tried was the dry hop post shift. It always had this like extra fruity layer to like the lageriness of the base beer. And then once I had the Old Mission, I immediately brain went to that. Once I had this, my main immediately went to Old Mission, and then to post shift. Like, are you guys seeing that similar characteristic in these dry hopped, because not even pilsners, but just lagers in general, like where that fruity characteristic really does kind of shine through everything?
I mean, in this one for sure, I haven't had, again, this isn't a style I drink a ton of, but like this one for sure has that thing throughout. Yeah.
I can't. There's one dry hop lager that I've had that I really like, but I can't think of what it is offhand. I don't think I've had it in a little bit. I don't know. But I do like dry hop lagers is one of my favorite things now.
Yeah.
I will say that.
If I see it, I will buy it.
This is great. I mean, this really is like, because of who I am and what I drink, this is like impressive for how low the ABV is, but how big the flavors are. And like even though we struggle a bit with the fruit, like big obvious flavors, it's not watery. It's not like, thin or whatever. Like in terms of flavor, it's not thin, like it's impactful, which is cool for such a low ABV. All right. I'm not going to ask this time. I'm just going to wrap it up. All right. So again, make sure you check out both channels, Nerd Sense and Keith at 93 Lumber. I will put both of them in the description box below. And same day this is dropping, Keith's going to post his solo review where he does not know the tasting notes ahead of time, like he did this time and pretended not to know. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. This was awesome. It's always Good seeing you dudes, and love you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Once you're done checking them out, you guys check me out on Instagram and Untappd. No hype beer reviews about those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, can we do a three-way cheers again?
Imbibe.
Imbibe.
Cheers.
Cheers.